Welcome to the New Year's Eve edition of the Completely Unnecessary Podcast, the last one for the year, Tuesday, December 31st, 2019. That's Ian Ferguson, Pat Country, Sniffly Pat Country. On the show, we're talking about the Akira Genesis prototype being dumped. A lost game is found by someone who made it one as a kid. That's an interesting story. The return of the scumbag saw of the week, the scumbag saw of the decade on top, and the return of Tales from the Game Store.
That's right.
And a semi Q&A and a Patreon poll. Ian, how was your Christmas?
It was Christmassy.
Come on, Ian.
I cooked, and we played bad video games, which seems to be what we do on holidays.
What did you play?
We played Garfield Kart.
Garfield Kart?
Yes.
What system is that?
So there's a Steam version that I have that I got for like 43 cents on sale once.
Oh, so it was on the PC?
Well, no, but there's a series of Garfield Kart games.
Oh, I only got one on the DS.
And then our friend Amy came over for Christmas, and she brought the Garfield Kart for the Nintendo Switch. And
okay.
We played that, and it was not very good.
One came out on the Switch. I'm looking at it right now. So they came out in 3DS and Windows in 2013. I guess that was the first one. I guess for the movie, did the second movie come out around then? I thought the movie was before that with Bill Murray. 35% off on Steam.
Yeah, Garfield Kart Furious Racing on the Nintendo Switch.
Can I be normal?
Yeah, you can. You can.
I mean, how many characters are in Garfield? I mean, I guess if you do the
you can be normal.
US
you can
Acres.
Be Garfield. You can be John. You can be Liz. You could not be the US Acres characters, which we thought was kind of an odd omission.
It is,
but maybe people don't.
It's
know.
A creepy 3D graphics looking thing.
Yeah, it was not good.
Oh God, it's on sprites. Okay, well, so it wasn't good at all, or just it was what it was.
It wasn't very good.
Who the hell would play as John in it?
I don't know.
John's a lunatic.
There's a John with a top hat. I'm not sure if that's the only John you can have, but there was definitely a John with a top hat on the road.
There's a woman character. I guess that's his girlfriend. I don't read.
Liz, the veterinarian.
Oh, that's right. Okay, that's the only other character I know of.
Well, in the early days, there was Lyman.
Who the fuck is that?
Lyman was his friend. If you look up Lyman and Garfield, you'll see.
They wrote him out?
Yeah, they did. They wrote him out, I think, by the mid-'80s.
Like Ron Howard's brother, the first season of Chuck and Happy Days, they just wrote him out?
Yes.
They pretend he didn't exist? Well, that sounds good. Did you get any nice presents, Ian?
Yes.
What'd you get, Ian?
I got a book based a graphic novel on the history of electronic music.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
You got a certain fishing simulator too.
I did.
You got Ultimate Fishing Simulator.
Well, you got me 2 of them. I did start to play Ultimate Fishing Simulator.
Was it great? Was it ultimate?
It seems pretty decent.
Yeah. All right. It's not a Russian money laundering front, that publisher, Ian. It's a real company, or still could be. We don't know.
We don't know. But it's
it's competent.
It's pretty good. It's got tons of licensed lures and rods.
Licensed lures, okay.
Things that I know nothing about because I don't actually like fishing in real life. I just like fishing video games.
Now you see where the $20 went towards.
Yeah,
to get the licenses for the lures.
Well, it was a DLC pack that I did not purchase.
Oh, okay.
But everything appears to be licensed. There's a bunch of different lakes. When you're fishing, you see these odd floating like ponds that represent other people who are fishing at the same lake as you at the same time.
Like online people?
Yeah, and there's like a little text scroll in the corner that tells you like who's caught what and
That's
how
fantastic.
much it weighs.
It's open world fishing. Is there career mode or just competitions? Or
there's competitions. I was just practicing, but yeah, there's like there's online tournaments and stuff. Yeah, I caught some brown trout. Caught a rock trout.
It felt very, very good. The action on the
it was
the reel.
Nice. Yeah, it was very nice. It was very nice.
What did I get? I got a Newegg gift code from my father. Shows he's like 12 years behind on what's hip, but he tried. Newegg, it was weird because you can't like put it with your account. You got to keep the codes. It's still like you have to keep your code somewhere and then only use it when you're buying something. It's one of those annoying ones still.
Oh.
So I'm like, okay, I haven't bought something on Newegg in years. I guess I can buy like a portable hard drive or something or an enclosure. I haven't done that in a while. So I went back to Pennsylvania to visit. My family's there. My sister moved there like 7-8 years ago. My parents moved there like 4 years ago. And I literally got. Ian, you should be happy. This is the first time ever I got an NES Punk Christmas video done before Christmas.
Yes, it's very good. Very good of you.
I had gotten one. I think the Star Wars one from like 4 years ago was done late on Christmas, but this one was done before, and I got it done 2 hours before my flight was going to leave on the 23rd, and I flew standby, and I got on a flight to Denver. The Denver one was at midnight to get there Christmas Eve morning. I sent my sister and my dad a group text saying, "Yeah, I'm getting on the plane. I'll be there, tomorrow morning at like." Around 6 a.m. Like the plane lands like 5:15. It's like 45-minute drive to my parents. And then I'd used a group text before when I was in Hawaii to send them pictures. Of course, neither of them looked at it. So when I arrived, 30 degrees, I was literally ringing the doorbell 6 a.m. My parents stooped like a madman and called them up and kept ringing the door like 6 times. I was ready to call my sister to come pick me up. My mom sees me. She's happy. They kept it a secret from her entirely. But my dad sees me and he's like, "Oh, you're here." I'm like, "Yeah, I texted you." He goes, "Oh, you didn't text me." I said, "Let me see your phone." So on my phone, there was like, you have a contact picture.
Yeah.
So there was 2 of my pictures. The first one was the regular texting, nothing. Below it was the group text with my face on it with the indicator little light or picture, that, like whatever, yellow thing that I sent a message. He didn't check it. My dad didn't check it. So if I ever get that old, Ian, this is permission. This is legally binding. If I ever get that old where technology passed me by that much, you have permission to shoot me. That's legally binding. It's legal. It makes it legal.
Yes.
Just put me out of my misery if I ever get like that. There. But it was good. It had the feast of the 7 fishes. My sister did a great meal. Oh, it was great.
It looked excellent. I saw pictures of
I should have put that in Instagram. That's an Instagram thing. Oh, I did. I did. Did I tweet it or I just sent you a picture of it?
I did. No, I just saw it on Twitter.
I did tweet it out. That's an Instagram. I got to master Instagram in 2020. There. We'll get into 2020 later on in the show, what our plans are there. And then I saw Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. I did like a 35-minute review of it. A little long, a little rambly. It's funny because I talked to Andre about it, Black Nerd Comedy, and he like doesn't want to do a video on it, but we had the greatest time talking about it because I guessed like most of the stuff that was going to happen and try to fix the holes from The Last Jedi. And then I found out more stuff behind the scenes from another friend about what could have happened during production. Just a fucking mess.
It sounds like
it's a mess. I mean, it sounds like, from all indications, like they re-edited and reshot it, a bunch of it. Like it sounded like they were editing up to the last second. They made it in the editing room, the movie. Like it could have been a 3-hour movie. It sounds like there was a 3-hour cut of it, and they cut it down to 2.5 hours, and it shows. Like, do a 3-hour movie. It's the last one. No one would have cared. Infinity War was 3 hours.
Sure.
I mean, Endgame was 3 hours. Avengers. Oh my god, I can't believe it that this is the way Star Wars goes out. Just like, there's no reason for this trilogy to exist. I mean, that's the bottom. Like, there's no reason.
I can absolutely believe that this is how Star Wars goes out because there hasn't been a good Star Wars movie since Return of the Jedi.
I like The Force Awakens. I rewatched it. I thought The Force Awakens was fine. It laid a decent groundwork, I thought, even though it was a retread. But all these movies are retreads. The Force and the Jedis are fucking boring. I'm sorry. But at the end of the day, people hate when I say that phrase. I don't care. This is space wizards and space knights fighting, and you can only see that so much until you realize, okay, I'm too old for this. I got to move on. Like that's what's happened, at least with me, and that's okay.
I don't think it's an age thing. I just think
I think it is.
I think it's
well, at least I'm too used to seeing it. I've seen 9 movies of the same shit.
Oh, sure.
Now, same shit in 9 movies. Space knights fighting each other, space wizards throwing objects at each other. There's nothing practically like intelligent about these movies. It's just dumb fantasy, which is fine. I'm just over it. Give me the Picard series that's coming out. Give me that.
Sure.
Give me something that gives you some moral dilemmas like that actually think about things, that happen. Give me that. So, anyway, sorry. I mean, I was a huge Star Wars fan growing up. I'm just over it now. And now I hear about the Mandalorian. Oh, Mandalorian's good until
you've been over it.
Yeah,
constantly on the podcast for quite some time.
Oh,
are
no.
you actually over it, or are you just...
No, the Mandalorian's interesting, but then I'm like, oh, this is going to be an adult Star Wars thing until I hear about Baby Yoda taking over the world. And then, of course, they have the one thing that I hoped was not going to be in the Mandalorian that's in the finale, I hear, which ruined it for me. Now I don't want to watch it.
Oh, yeah.
There's a fucking lightsaber.
Yeah. That's dumb.
This close, Mandalorian. You almost had me. I gave you a big shot. Baby Yoda was going to overlook because it's adorable and it's a practical little puppet. Cute as hell.
Well, and I mean, it's not like he's a goo goo gaga baby.
Yes, but even in Solo.
I think your big problem is that the internet has run with this Baby Yoda thing, and now it's jammed it into your face.
My problem is that I guess Star Wars fans, if it doesn't have a goddamn lightsaber in it, the whole thing is shit. Because even in Solo, Ian, did you see Solo?
No.
In Solo, at the end, Solo's girlfriend, who turns into like a mercenary assassin somehow, at the end, Darth Maul comes on a screen. You find out, oh, she's really working with Darth Maul, who survived the Phantom Menace, which happened in the Clone Wars TV show. It's supposed to be pretty good.
Actually, the Clone Wars TV show is Vonnie loves,
which is fine.
Shit. Yeah.
So she's talking to Darth Maul. I'm like, okay, and then for no fucking reason at all, he has to light up his fucking lightsaber while he's talking to her, just to do it. There's no reason to do it at all. There's no reason. Just to have a lightsaber in every fucking Star Wars thing that ever existed.
Like a person playing with their zip.
Yeah, it's like, oh, here's my fucking lightsaber. I'm bringing out my cock to show you. That's what it felt like. Don't cross me. You know he has the double lightsaber, the person working for him.
I have a lightsaber.
Yes.
Don't cross me.
Look at the shiny object, Star Wars nerds.
Yeah.
You got to have it in every Star Wars movie now. It used to be like sparingly used in the first trilogy, and now it's every second a lightsaber. Sorry, I'm getting old man Pat now, but I don't know. You know those X-Wing and TIE Fighter games didn't have lightsabers in them. They were fine. I liked them.
No,
Dark Forces.
I was gonna say the first Dark
Forces didn't have a lightsaber. Of course, in the second one, they make him a goddamn Jedi. In the second one, it was fine before that. Not everything has to be Jedis and lightsabers. Sorry.
We've been down this path.
We have.
A lot. We've been down this path a lot.
I guess Star Wars just never grew up the way I wanted it to. It always stayed like, for like 12-year-olds.
You grew up smart, and Star Wars grew up dumb, Pat.
But they laid the groundwork with the video games in the 90s. They were more adults.
Anyway, I started watching The Witcher.
Was there a lightsaber in Rogue Squadron?
I don't know.
Or Shadows of the Empire?
I don't know.
Sorry, Witcher TV show?
Yeah, I just started watching that.
Henry Cavill?
Yeah. Whoa! Whoa!
What? I don't know.
Wow, he's a handsome guy.
Yeah, he's got the butt chin going on. He looks like Superman. He is
Holy
Superman.
shit! I was reading about how Whew, fan off. But when I was reading about how he kept wearing through the leather costume.
What do you mean he kept wearing through?
His muscles. They made his costume so tight.
They made the pleather so tight
that he was wearing through his costume, and they had to replace his costume multiple times during the filming
his
of
bulging
the show.
thigh muscles were coming through the leggings.
Well, that guy. Anyways,
you have to be ripped to be the Witcher. I mean, you gotta be in shape, but you know.
But yeah, I mean, I'm 3 episodes in. I'll probably finish it this week. We've been busy. There's a lot of moments where I was like, oh, that's kind of like, that's some cringy fantasy there. But then
is it like sci-fi show level bad or just a step above?
No, like actually it looks very nice for the most part. But story-wise, I'm just like, they rush some stuff along. It
follows a game or the books? I don't know.
From what I understand, it follows the early short stories and probably the games.
I don't know the Witcher lore.
Neither do I. And that's kind of the cool thing, going in without knowing any of it. It's been pretty fun. It's got me interested in maybe playing the game. I've got the third one on my PlayStation 4. Yeah, I think it's a worthwhile series. There's some stuff that happens, like I won't say exactly what, but like a lot of characters in the first 3 episodes just show up and die. It's like, okay, we get it. You want to be the Game of Thrones. We get
Oh, really?
it. Yeah, because
it's super serious. Please don't sneeze on my Turbo Graphics games.
Whoa, that was a good.
We don't give a shit. It's the end of the year.
But no, I mean it's pretty fun. But yeah, it's like, okay, I see where they're taking influence from Game of Thrones, but unlike
it looks
Game of
semi
Thrones,
cheap, the trailer, like in terms of like just this how it's staged and the
I don't know from what
art design. No, is it
compared to what I saw, like what I've seen in terms of previews for Mandalorian? Mandalorian looks like a cheap show.
But it's in the middle, like
This has some pretty decent production behind it.
Okay.
It's not, like I said, it's not Game of Thrones level, but it doesn't need to be.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it seemed pretty.
You got the beefy Cavill taking his fucking tub thing. Even the troll, they got to show him in the tub with his legs up. Is that a thing in the games? I guess it always happens. So you take a bath.
I have no idea because I've never played the games.
Beefcake for the ladies.
But there's that famous scene of him in the bathtub with his feet out that they fucking post everywhere. So
well, yeah, that's from all the games. So they had to put that in the game.
Yeah, the show, you mean?
Well, I guess. Yeah. How's the hair look? Does it look bad, the wig, or is it okay? The silver hair.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. You're not looking at his hair.
Looking at his beefy traps.
It's fucking his chest hams.
His chest hams.
His chest hams.
Speaking of swords and sorcery, Ian Vanney got me Dark Souls remastered for the Switch, which you said I should try this. I will play this.
I don't know if you'll like it, but that at least you don't have to pay for it to find out.
Okay.
So give it a go.
Well, I hope you didn't spend more than $20. But thank you so much. I have a few Switch games here. No, and it's all on the disc. It has the DLC, the Artorias of the Abyss. Artorias?
It's everything.
It's everything. Okay. You're my everything, Ian.
Yeah.
You're my popsicle.